What's up, ladies and gentlemen? In today's video, we're going to be talking about sleep! Alright, so for the past couple weeks, I've been having a lot of sleep trouble. Now, not the fact that I couldn't sleep. That was before. Before, I couldn't sleep. I would be up till late and then waking up early and just feeling like shit all day. Then, somewhere in July, I managed to actually start sleeping a lot. And then I started sleeping a lot. And then I still didn't feel energized. So my whole summer has been a real drain to me. I've been really just... So, I started to look at, like, okay, what is my schedule? I go to bed at 6 in the morning. I go to bed when it's, like, daylight. And I wake up in, like, you know, when it's almost time to get ready to stream. And it's just, like, this is not a good schedule at all. Like, I want to be up in the mornings. You know, I want to live, breathe the daylight, and then, you know, sleep during the night. So, then I did a little bit of research. Asked a couple of friends of mine, asked Ari, and I was like, no, this really is weird. And they all told me the same thing, is that I'm getting too much sleep. Now, this blew my mind at first. I was like, how can you get too much sleep? Like, sleep all day, you feel energized. But they got a point. At a certain age, somewhere in your preteens, it kind of swaps between the more sleep you get, the more energy you have, to the more sleep you get, the lazier you get, which means the less energy you have. If that makes any sense. So when you're growing up, you need that sleep because you need that energy to grow. But after a certain point, you're kind of like, well, fuck it. You know, I need to go do shit, you know. But, well, that's what I would think. At a certain point in your life, you start to need less energy, and which, by that you need less sleep. It gets to a point where the more you sleep, the lazier you get, which means the less energy you have, and the more shitty you feel, in a sense. Well, at least for me, in my case. So I came up with a plan. Now, before we get into this plan, let me say something. This is my personal advice. You don't have to take it. You don't need to, like, you don't need to take anything from this, but this is my personal advice to you, and I hope this helps. 8 hours of sleep. Max. 5 hours of sleep minimum. Why? Because that's just an average I took from people I know who get enough sleep, quote unquote, and still feel energized to do things in the day. And then also because I know that 8 hours of sleep is the kind of quote unquote required amount of sleep for minimum required amount of sleep for kids who are growing up and they're in their preteens and teens and are going through school, because I remember reading an article about this. And they said that kids going through school need at least 8 hours of sleep. So I took that number and said, okay, well, for people who are older, that would be a max. You know, that would be exactly enough for at least me to get enough energy. I came up with 5 hours because I thought anything less than that is like The Rock, who gets like 3 hours of sleep, and that's just a case. You know, you have to look at your own case and see, can you really deal with that? Can you really run off of that and, you know, whatnot. But 5 hours minimum, 8 hours maximum is kind of my thing. That's my personal goal in life, is to get between those hours of sleep, preferably 8, no less than 5. Really, it comes down to also making sure that you use that energy correctly. So when you get up, stretch, go for a walk or something, walk around the house, you know, wake your body up, and then go do your work. Because also another thing I used to do was, and I still kind of do, was get up and go right to my computer, sit down and do nothing, and well, not do nothing, but don't do anything physically. The only physical exercise I've been really getting over the summer is, sporadic skate sessions I have and walking my dog. So, yeah. Make sure to get at least an hour of exercise in a day. That's what I'm going to try to start doing. More is better. I would think. Maybe. I guess. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. That would be something to ask Tyree. Just get enough sleep. Don't get too much, don't get too less, because honestly, take it from me, getting too much sleep sucks. It really does. And you might be the person who's like, I can sleep all day and still feel energized, and I can not get any sleep at all and I still am energized. Good for you, but this is, like I said, this is my personal advice, and this is taking from my own experience and what I'm doing. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you guys haven't already. If you guys have any life in the face video suggestions, go ahead and shoot them at me through the comments or on my Twitter handle right here. At Wolfgang_Lobos. It's right here, but I can't actually see it because it's in post-edit. Oh! So, and of course, if you guys have any other video suggestions you would like me to do, same thing, comments or Twitter. And I will see you sexy beasts later. I totally stole that from Ghost Sickness. But anyways, until next time, stay sexy, stay beautiful, love yourself and love life, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Deuces!